All right. This is going to be the last attempt, whether I get it right or not, because I've literally retried this almost 100 times. I believe that I can and will, in fact, finish this video blog at this time, and no matter how much I sound like a bumbling idiot, I'm just going to really right through it, and this is going to be the one. So, sorry it's been a while. I haven't been able to post mainly because I've been in Rhode Island working on a new product for Unleashed Technology. It's going to be sold as software as a service, and it's going to revolutionize the way people look at software as a service and how people look at running their business in terms of hosted applications. Done. Next subject, politics. Politics. It's a very crazy time to be alive, and it's a very crazy time to be involved in the 2008 election. It's just about to happen. The first things that I would like to bring up about it is that I'm tired of hearing about the lesser of two evils. The lesser of two evils is what has put us in the position that we're in now. The reason why we currently live in the economic downturn that we have at this very moment. Selecting the lesser of the two evils doesn't necessarily make sense. In fact, it's never made sense. And it's hit a dangerous level to which the media is literally dictating how we make our moves and how we act. Entertainment and media, all of them together. Oftentimes, candidates are just unelectable. They're bad-mouthed and put down. But we really take everything that the media, the internet, all that stuff, that's our source of information. So when CNN, Fox, and all these different, CBS, ABC, any reporting agency decides that they're going to align themselves, we get skewed statistics, we get poor information, we get sensationalized information. And what really we need to do is have the broadest view that we can possibly have, the most detached view. Deciding who in the media has a right to decide who's electable and who's not. Certainly, those are my peers, and my peers do not help me, or rather dictate what my thought process should be. But what we've got is a country largely uneducated, looking to them for the correct answers. However, it's painfully obvious at this point without, I'll skip the conspiracy theory, but people are in other people's pockets. There's special interest groups all over the place. There's people that would influx their will or their power upon your voting opinion because it's in their best interest. There's only a couple things that we can have right now. We've got two extreme candidates coming from two separate sides, neither of which have a viable model for recovering our economy. One chases the path of socialism and the death of the free market. The other supports it but doesn't check corruption. So how do you balance those two options? And people can put all these great points in here and say, oh well, it's not really socialism because it's centralized healthcare and the medicine companies will still provide medicine as a private sector. We will regulate that, but it'll be on the people that run those committees to decide the level of regulation. Blah blah blah. We just it stacks the layers of bullshit. You can cut through it right away and very simply by understanding a couple things. One, your opinion is your opinion, and that when you decide to enter that voting booth, don't check off McCain or don't check off Obama because you feel that one is lesser of the evils. That although both will do a bad job, this one that I should select, or even worse than that is saying I'm not going to vote for who I believe should be president of the United States. It's the sole reason that if I don't vote for one of these two individuals, my vote won't count. The very foundation or institution, the reasoning of this country, that's against everything that we believe in as a country. Literally, it's that we have that vote, that we have that capability, that it's been entrusted to us, and to waste it to follow a pack because you feel that it's not relevant. The problem is everybody's thinking that way, and when you think that way, you get exactly what you expected, a whole lot of crap. A whole lot of mediocrity is born of that because everybody says that they're voting for Obama on TV, so I should vote for Obama, or all good Republicans vote for McCain, so I'm going to vote for McCain and Palin. It's intellectually bankrupt. It's the only way that you can really describe it. Look at the two candidates that we've got right now. We've got one over here on the right saying no new taxes for anybody at all. I'm going to take a hatchet to the budget. I'm going to close this shop up. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Is it more appealing to me as a business owner? Absolutely, without question. But you have to have apathy and got us in this point. It's deregulation. We want to live outside a regulated industry. what happens when it's not regulated. And then when we put the shackles on it, everybody screams bloody murder. What's the in-between on that? So is that really the best road to go? Then on the other side, we have people saying we're going to regulate all these industries. We're going to socialize healthcare. We're going to take a different approach to this. We're going to heavily tax businesses that make over 250K. Much less appealing to me as a business owner that has met with a level of success. 15% tax on us limits the ability for me to offer raises to my staff. It limits the ability for me to offer new benefits. It limits me from the ability to take on more people, to create opportunity. But somewhere at the same time, someone's got to protect the interests of the middle class. It's intellectually bankrupt to think that, my way or the highway. I had an excellent conversation with a friend. It was very heated, but what we came in the middle was there has to be a resolution somewhere in the middle. We've got two extremists only trying to appeal to votes. They're not trying to give a solid game plan for how this country should move. It's a shrouded ambiguity. It's lost in the details. The devil is in the details is another quote another friend of mine. The devil is in the details. We can they can hang us on semantics and words, and that's a dangerous thing. When you look at these two, you say, what's the hybrid model of these two? How can we protect the middle class and protect the employees and people that help this country drive, and also make sure that we're fair to those that want to pave the way for innovation, that want to step out and take a chance, that want to assume a level of risk that's not necessarily, for the everyday person. Why is it that one group of people needs to be punished more than the other? Why is it that a flat tax is impossible? Even these are concepts that you can review 1,000 times with 200 different economists, all offering you different statistics on why it will or will not work. I think at the end of the day, the only thing you can do that makes sense is disassociate from any political party and look at what's genuinely best for the country. What are the issues that face us? Economics and foreign policy. That is what's plaguing this country. We have a terrible state of the economy right now, and we spend tons and tons of money overseas. In fact, I believe it's 100% of money collected by the IRS goes to fuel overseas endeavors. That money's not even funneled back into our country at this point. So we have a lot of really, really large extended issues that go way beyond the two gentlemen running for president. When you enter that booth, make sure you're voting for the person that you exactly want to win. And if you don't know who it should be out of those, then you need to take the additional time to find out who that person should be. In terms of business, I genuinely fear the tax increase and what it'll do to create jobs, because all it can do is increase our hourly rates, which will encourage more outsourcing. What I would really like to see more than anything in this world is for our hourly rates to become competitive on a global market. How can our rates become competitive on a global market? We're continually raising the cost of doing business. We're already viewed uncompetitively. Well, understand this, and this is probably one of the most important items, or rather contributors to this, that our downturn of our economy. I really, if anybody that knows me knows that I believe in a very black and white kind of structure. I hate the gray, and the reason I hate the gray is because it's not necessarily living in absolutes. It's right and wrong, and it's common sense. If there's 4 people standing around, and one person buys a product from me, and he hands me a $28 bill. Well, the person standing directly across from me, I need to spend 5 of that 20 with him, and so that I can get advertising off the ground. And then the guy to my left helps, he sells inside the States, he develops and sells QuickBooks, so I'm going to spend another 15 with him. I've taken money given to me by an American source, and I've given it to other American sources. At some point, he's going to need something from the person that I did all the way across. It's an exchange of commerce. Money stays within the country, continually bouncing around, helping each other grow. That doesn't include all the global money that comes in as well. The problem is we've got a one-way flow in the technology industry that is unbelievably dangerous, and that one-way flow is to outsourcing. All these countries that we're outsourcing these big products for to reflect, marginal savings on, because we want to keep our profit margins high, it's killing our country because they're not buying our products. They're saying, we'll take your business, provide for it, give you nothing else on the back end, and we just